Yo, it's your boy JT, and let's get right into it. Erislandy Lara versus Canelo Alvarez. This is a fight that basically Lara talked himself into, and it's July, I believe, July 19th. They got to sell it in the ring, or July 12th. They got to sell it in the ring, and we gonna see who's the best. At 154, I think this is for all the marbles. I think it's at a catch weight of 155, a non-title bout. And we just going to see who's the number one guy at 154. So how I see this fight playing out. First and foremost, I want to say that Canelo Alvarez is an elite boxer, man. Elite fighter, man. Why? Because what Canelo Alvarez has done, like him or not, hate on him or not, the facts are that Canelo Alvarez is 23 years old. Like it or not, 23 years old. He has 43 fights. He's only lost to Mayweather. And that's very, very impressive. He started off at age 15 with no amateur background. So basically he learned on a job. And he learned on a job with no amateur background. And he's still beating and knocking out grown men and world champions. So you got to give the guy credit, man. That's something that's I compare to like a LeBron James. That's like LeBron James coming into the NBA straight out of high school. And he's scoring 40 points on guys who've been playing in the league, 10-year veterans. That's what the type of talent Canelo Alvarez is. He's a man-child. He's of elite talent. You can't take that away from him. You just can't. That's not normal. That's exceptional. So, I've criticized Canelo Alvarez before. But Canelo has proven himself in the ring, so you can't take it away from him. You can't hate on him anymore. He's fought Angulo, and he looked very, 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 very impressive. But anyway, let's talk about the fights, man. Okay, the last two opponents, which is the common opponent, you see Angulo and Angulo versus Canelo, and Angulo versus Lara. Lara, he was on his bike all night, pot-shotting and trying to, basically lure Angulo in and catch him with something big, but he just, he did what Lara does, I don't really see what's so good about Lara, man. A lot of you guys on here, you rant and rave about Lara, but I just don't see what you guys see in him. He's a good boxer. He's not an elite boxer. He has decent defense, decent punching power. I would say that he's a good B-level fighter, B- fighter. Like I said, I thought he lost to Carlos Molina. He went rough in life and death with Paul Williams, which a lot of people say he got robbed. Freddie Hernandez, that was a draw. So, he's a good boxer. He's looked good against Trout, but the thing is, Trout didn't really look good. It didn't look like he had the right game plan for that fight. I don't know what the hell Trout was doing against Lara. It just looked like it was a complete. It looked like Trout was trying to outbox a supreme boxer, a better boxer than him. I thought Trout would have come in, get on the inside, which we know Lara, he doesn't have the best inside game. And I thought that's what he would do. But nonetheless, Lara beat him up, man. He looked good doing it. So you got to give him credit. So, how I see this fight playing out. I actually don't believe Lara is the better boxer in this fight. I think Canelo Alvarez is a better boxer overall. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, I believe Canelo is a better boxer because he's very good technical boxer, and I feel like at 154, only guy that can beat a Canelo Alvarez is a Mayweather. I don't feel like Lara is a Mayweather. And I feel like we're going to see that in this fight. We're going to see the difference between Mayweather and Lara, who is basically a glorified Cuban amateur. So I see this fight. I see Canelo walking Lara down. Lara's going to be on his bicycle all night. Basically Lara's going to be on his bicycle all night trying to win a decision. We already know that automatically off top, you fight a Canelo Alvarez, a Manny Pacquiao. I would say Floyd, but, his last two fights went to a majority decision, so we can't say that. So you fight these type of fan favorite type fighters, you go into the fight, you already down 3 rounds. So I feel like in order for Lara to win, he's going to have to come after Canelo Alvarez and win a clear, concise, no doubt about it decision. Or, you're going to have to hurt him multiple times because him being on his bicycle, which we all know that's what he's going to try to do, pot shot him and run around the ring. I don't see you getting a decision against a Canelo Alvarez doing that. So I feel like that's what Lara's going to do. And every time Canelo has fought, he has showed us something different. In the Mayweather fight, to be honest, he showed very good defense in the fight. He showed very, very technically sound defense, technically sound boxing. Mayweather didn't really land, he never really landed huge shots on him. He had good defense. The Trout fight, he had good defense. His defense has been very good those last couple fights. And then Angulo, he hit him with the whole kitchen sink. So in this fight, I feel like Canelo's going to show that he's going to walk Lara down like Angulo did, cut the ring off, and proceed to beat the shit out of Lara. I think this fight will go the distance, but I think Lara's going to be down a couple times. If he doesn't get TKO late, Canelo will win a wide. There will be no doubt about who will win this fight, and I think it'll be Canelo Alvarez by a 12-round decision. He will hurt Lara multiple times. Canelo, he's one of the hardest punches in the sport. One thing I say he does, he kind of loads up on his shots. He loads up on his shots big time. But, he's shown to still connect on good boxers with that. He connected on Trout. Trout's a pretty good, fundamentally sound boxer. Like a volume puncher. Like kind of just like Paul Williams. He's like a volume. He doesn't have the power, but he's a volume puncher. A boxer, volume puncher type deal with Trout. And, Canelo landed pretty hard shots on him. So I think Lara, we're going to see, a repeat of the Angulo fight with a lot more pain. So I see Canelo walking him down, and eventually, I don't think he's going to stop him, but I think it's a good chance that he can get stopped late. But I see Canelo winning a 12-round, clear, concise decision. And that's what we got, man. I'm going to go to the fights this week. Marquez Alvarado. If anyone in the YTBC going to be there, man, we can link up there, man. I'm going to be at the fight, man. It's down the street from my house, man. So, it's your boy JT. I'm out.